Okay, so we're going to graph the parent function of cotangent. Okay, so cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. So I've started my t-chart with my x and y values based on tangent. Okay, so when I plug in 0 into x, tangent gives me back 0. Okay, but then I got to switch it to cotangent. Since cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, okay, when we look at 0 and we take the reciprocal, whenever you take the reciprocal, you put it over 1. For cotangent, you get 1 over 0, which is undefined. Okay? So where tangent 0, cotangent is undefined because they're reciprocals of each other. Then that means that at 0, cotangent is undefined. Pi over 4, tangent's 1. The reciprocal of 1 is 1. So pi over 4, 1 is coordinate. At pi over 2, tangent's undefined. Undefined means there's some number over 0. That's not hashtag divided by 0. That's number over 0. That means the reciprocal of that would then be 0 over a number, whatever it is, which is 0. So at this point, you need to realize that the reciprocal of 0 is undefined, and the reciprocal of undefined is 0. They're reciprocals of each other. So pi over 2, 0. The reciprocal of negative 1 is negative 1. Reciprocal of 0 is undefined. So this is undefined there. The reciprocal of 1 is still 1. So 5 pi over 4, 1. Reciprocal of undefined is 0. So 3 pi over 2, 0. The reciprocal of negative 1 is still negative 1. So 7 pi over 4, negative 1. And the reciprocal of 0 is undefined again. So when I go to graph my parent function, I'm going to start with my asymptotes. So I have an asymptote here at 0. I have an asymptote here at pi. Oh, sorry. 3 pi over 2. 3 pi over 2. No, I was right. Pi. And 2 pi. Okay? Alright, now plot other points. So at pi over 4, right here, we're at 1. Pi over 2, 0. 3 pi over 2, negative 1. Then 1, 0, negative 1. And again, so cotangent looks very similar to tangent, okay, with the asymptotes, but the curves are going in the opposite direction. So where cotangent did negative 1, where it was negative 1 here, 0, and the positive 1, cotangent goes positive 1, 0, negative 1. So the curve goes the opposite direction. And again, if you bring it back to, say, you could do it with sine or you could do it with cosine, keeping the same idea. So if I drew the parent function of cosine, which would be here, there, 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 and there. So these are the 5 key points of cosine. You can see just like sine and tangent, where sine has a 0, tangent had a 0. Here, where cosine has a 0, cotangent has a 0. And where cosine's maximums and minimums are, that's where cotangent has its asymptotes. So again, when I go to graph a cotangent function, I start by graphing cosine and then use the cosine wave to figure out what my cotangent looks like. So I take something really simple like cosine, graph it, and then use those points to actually graph my cotangent function.